afternoon on this somewhat grey and murky Sunday afternoon. I have been out and mowed the grass, thankfully, so I haven't got to worry about that. Changed the bird feeder, and we'll see how that one works out. So before we get started, we'll do the Uncle Dave film review. So yeah, last week we went to see a film again. We went to see the new Spider-Man, and I had the response to it that I thought I was going to have, which was no. Anyway, so today's glorious little scroll list is some cultural differences, some cultural stereotypes, things that I have been asked, or suggestions and comments that have been made that makes you think, no. But anyway, so the first one, the one that I've had a number of occasions is, why aren't you driving a British car? Why don't you drive X? One of the first times was an MGB. I mean, I'm not exactly a spring chicken, but these things were old when I was young. I'm not quite sure why this particular person thought that. So at the time, I think I was driving a Chevy Cavalier, funnily enough. And I politely explained to the guy that I didn't like them. They were small, old, and required a lot in the way of maintenance. And he went, oh, okay then, and tottered on. So the next one I get asked quite a lot is, well, what's your favourite kind of tea? What do you drink? The Earl Greys, or the this, that, and the other? And my answer is, I don't drink tea. I don't drink tea. And actually, coming here, the US, the first time is what probably killed that habit. It's not that I don't like it. The smell's fantastic. It's just, I just don't like the mouthfeel and the texture of it. I prefer my coffee. So, no more tea. Oh well. Do we wear a bowler hat? Now this one I kind of threw in because I suppose some of the stereotypical films are of British people or London people running around with bowler hats. That's a bit old, even by my standards. I suppose in the city of London, in the financial sector, you can probably find some that still do, but it was a dying trait many years ago and it's not around very much anymore. The other one, this is probably really lifted from the Sting's song Englishman in New York. Like my toast done on one side and done lightly. No, I like my toast done on both sides and I like it dark. Sports in general, but specifically football. So yes, I live in a town full of people delusional and deluded by the local teams. So the football team has been to the Bills, Buffalo Bills, let's be honest, have been to the Super Bowl 4 times, about a generation ago. In the 17 years I've been here, they've had a couple of winning years, but have yet to get anywhere near a playoff, never mind the Super Bowl. The Sabres, they did go to the Stanley Cup while I've lived here, and we all know how that one ended up. Knows the rules to cricket. Now this one I've been asked on a number of occasions. Here's another one. Here's another couple that are combined together. Do you know X from? And, do you know X from? Do you know the Queen and the Royal Family, or the Royal Family, and have you ever been to this place? And the short answer is no, 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 and no. The country known as the UK has about 60-ish million people now. So let's say I'll be lucky to know 150 to 200 people out of that entire 60-odd million. As to the Royal Family, there are not many commoners that get to interact with them. I do have one member of the family that's actually has had interactions with a senior ranking member of the royal family. My uncle has dove on a wreck in the south of England called the Mary Rose, and during that time, Prince Charles, potentially the next King of England, was also diving on it. And then have you been to X place? Now, England is, or the UK, being less generic, is the same size as a number of states. And as a kid and growing up, I had little to no interest in travelling around the UK. So I was always interested in coming here. So I have these people going on about, I went to this place in Surrey and blah blah blah. Although interestingly, on the flip side of that, now that I've been here and I have an American wife, I have more interest in seeing places now with her than I did when I lived there. And then that leads me on to cultural differences from an American standpoint. My good lady wife, natively, she doesn't drink coffee and she doesn't eat apple pie. Now, neither do I, but that's more because I don't like cooked fruits. And my good lady wife drinks vodka. So this has led to a number of entertaining discussions around whether or not she's a sleeper cell in a Russian spy network. So far she hasn't tried to go out for the old Trotskyite stuff, but you never know. And one other reason why she might not be is she doesn't like the cold. Not a fan of snow and ice, and I believe Russia is covered in that stuff quite a lot. But the two amusing things now is in the diluting of the cultural differences is that she does drink tea. And then the other one, of course, is she's more akin to eating UK chocolates and biscuits and sweets in general and hot chocolate stuff. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I think this is going to be a short one, and I think this shouldn't have too much in the way of editing. So as always, and now that I have some subscribers, if you like the video and you've come across it, please hit that like button. Please consider subscribing. There are a few out there now, and I'm going to try and do some more and see if there are things I can talk about. And ultimately, if you didn't like it, leave a comment. Tell me why. I'm a big boy now. I should be able to cope with it. And you never know, you might find if you flip back in a few weeks that the videos have improved. Anyway, hope you enjoy yourself, and I'll see you later. Cheers. Bye.